Toothless bud, we're back! In the hidden world! Look at that, a crimson Goregutter! Easy, easy!
Whoa, Hiccup! Look, a crimson Goregutter! These things are gentle giants, but I hear they have an amazing lava antler attack.
Yes, but only if you rile them, so be very careful.
Don't worry about me. You can count on me, Hiccup. Whoop.
Oh no! Ah!
Well, that didn't look so bad after all, was it?
Yeah, it's kind of therapeutic.
Squirrel Stampede 2020! Please, Spike! And the Squirrel Live!
I can see my treehouse from these antlers. Woo, what a view!
On the table, finally catching up with How to Train Your Dragon. In fact, many of these dragons are 2019. Oops. Well, I really wanted to show off the Crimson Goregutter. I think it's amazing, and so are some of these others. So let's see these a little closer. So here on the table, many of the How to Train Your Dragon, the Hidden World dragons that I missed. Definitely worth not missing.
Crimson Gorecutter's antlers are dusty.
And let's start right off with Crimson Goregutter. I could not believe my eyes when I first saw this one on shelf late last year. On the back of the box, an image of the Crimson Goregutter loafing about in the hidden world. And some of the other single pack dragons available. We've gone through a few here and there. Alright Goregutter, let's get you out of box. Unboxing these dragons, always a joy, so easy. Pretty good dragon from all around, perfect scale to my smaller squirrels. Kinda almost like a baby Goregutter for your other dragons though. Ah, the Crimson Goregutter. FishLegs would say, the Goregutter is a gentle giant who keeps to himself and wouldn't hurt a sheep, at least not intentionally. As for articulation, I think we've got head rotation, maybe. It's on a something there, but maybe not. Oh, there we go. It had been sitting so long in the office that it molded to itself. Pretty good head rotation there. And hips up on top here. Oh, great wide arrangement there. And back legs there. And a tail that also is a little tight. Maybe not so much on the tail. And then the wings here are on hinges. Kind of those clicky hinges where you can have them either down or up. Not too much movement with this guy, but I think we can all just say the fact that they made this guy is pretty cool. So let's move on to another dragon here. I really want to see how FishLegs sits up on Meatlug. So we have the FishLegs and Meatlug combo pack. FishLegs in the awesome dragon armor from the Hidden World. One of the reasons I just could never pass on these toys. The dragon armor is so cool looking. And there the two are hanging out in the Hidden World fish tank with other combo packs available. And let's get these out of the pack. And this could very well be the best Meatlug figure produced by Spin Master ever. Meatlug through the years has been awkward at the least, and I think they finally captured a very good version of her. Feels like they finally have the proportions right, the color right, and with the riding saddle strapped on her back, completes the look. As for dragon scale armor FishLegs, what a funny hulking armor. Sometimes feels kind of mummy-like. So how do we get these to work? Well, inside the box we have this card on how to function Meatlug. We'll place this rock propellant into her mouth somehow. Interesting, there's a hinge on her jaw, but it really barely opens. Maybe it has to do with how it fires. Then one of these saddle levers, I think it's this one, it's going to shoot the projectile. There we go, and that has pretty good firepower to it. Not the biggest fan of projectiles with these, but it actually functioned pretty well. Now for probably the challenging part, getting FishLegs on the saddle. I don't even know how to even try this. Does his legs fold in? Okay, his legs do fold in somehow. And maybe kind of tuck them behind the horns there. Is that even helpful? I know it's always kind of a risky thing of FishLegs and Meatlug flying about. Maybe the feet down more instead of... Yeah, I really don't know. How about like that? That might be more comfortable. So it feels kind of like they did not really design these two to really interact with each other in the riding mode, more just kind of interacting on the standing mode. FishLegs' arms are so wide apart that there's really no point of ever grabbing onto these or anything here. Oh, I like this cape, by the way. But I think the two are great. And even though they can't really ride together well, I'm glad to see these two made. Oh, and FishLegs has a cool sword. So who shall we go on to next? Let's try Eret and SkullCrusher back here. SkullCrusher does not get too many figure options. I believe I've only gone through one other SkullCrusher in the past. This SkullCrusher is looking really colorful. Look at the vibrantness on this. Almost a little bit of a metallic shine going on the scales. Some purple on the wings contrasting with the green. And Eret's dragon armor looks awesome. There the two are hanging out in the Hidden World fish tank. And let's open up. And out of the box with Eret and SkullCrusher. SkullCrusher feeling a little bit on the smaller size, but that is the case with many of these combo dragon sets. Again, the shininess on the green plastic for both of these make these two really extra cool. Once again included, we have this great Spin Master card on how to function. We'll feed SkullCrusher a projectile, and then I think it's this back leg over here that is going to fire it. And there it goes. Perfectly hitting my lamp, by the way. That could have easily flown across my room. After the FishLegs riding incident, will Eret have any better luck? A little bit. I would not Dairy Queen flip Blizzard this thing, as Eret would go falling. You got this, Eret! You got this! Oh, sorry. Feels like the first release of these combo packs rode their dragons better, but for the most part I think I'm okay with it, as the figures and dragons still look pretty good. And SkullCrusher, and kind of like Meatlug, I did not go through Meatlug's articulation. Pretty much a little bit of movement in the upper shoulders and a little movement in the back legs. Oh, both of these legs will fire the projectile, so that's good. They're connected together. Got a tail back here that looks to move but doesn't. And again, with the hinged wings, you can either have them up. These are a little tighter, so you can actually position a little more than nothing. You can kind of glide them out, so that's kind of good too. Meatlug's about the same, and the same with the movement on the legs. And one more combo pack to look at, we have one of my favorites, Ruffnut and Barf and Belch. Wonder if they still eat corn pops. What do we got in the back? They are too in the Hidden World fish tank. Why do I keep calling it a fish tank? Dragon scale armor, of course, for Ruffnut. Too bad we don't have Toughnut. That's kind of a sad thing. They couldn't include two figures. I could see why, but just glad we got this one. And opening up. And out of the pack with Belch and Barf, or Barf and Belch. Which way do you like to say it? This is kind of a fun, compact, cartoony version of the two. Usually Barf and Belch should take up a lot of surface area with those necks and heads, tails and wingspan, but this is really compacted. There's no projectile included, so we gotta figure out what action feature this has. Well, back to the great historic cards from Spin Master. Squeeze in the back legs for flapping wings, maybe. You usually prefer the flapping wings. Okay, how do we get this going here? Oh, maybe because the wings are stuck behind the necks, so we're gonna fold these wings out beyond the necks. There we go. Okay, let's give it a shot now. Okay, we got it. Oh, and that's a good flapping feature. That is solid. I like this one. This one might be my favorite out of any of the Combo Rider packs. There's something about this one. It's really colorful. I love the face work on Belch and Barf. They're really funny. I love that we're finally getting saddles placed on many of them. And good basic detail overall. Alright. Oh shoot, which side does Ruffnut fly on? I just don't know that right now. But she's gonna fly on top really easily. Simply straddling the saddle pretty well. I think we could even do the Dairy Queen Blizzard test on this one. Oh good, she's on there, well done. Just too bad we didn't get a Toughnut figure. I suppose maybe you could buy an extra pack and maybe do some custom work on one. Not sure about that though. And for a little extra bonus dragons of today, these are actually even older. We've got Monstrous Nightmares, one inflamed, one non-inflamed. These two have been sitting around the back for quite a while. I like these a lot as they're in a different seated position than all the other Monstrous Nightmares I ever collected. Let's open these two up real quick. These guys sit really weird. What is going on here? Are we gonna rotate maybe these wigs? Just sitting and listen to that sound. That's a great noise. Look how detailed the wings are, first of all. That is cool. I haven't seen these wings because they've always been pointed backwards. They're so colorful. Oh my goodness, the heads rotate a little bit. So is there any way to get these in a different... Oh, okay. Open the wings up. This will be a little more comfortable for your dragon. Now they can stand. I like that better, although that's pretty funny. I like that. Shelf-saving mode, I suppose. Flip these wings up. Feels like we've got several positions to place these wings. We've got feet that rotate a little bit, kind of chicken-like. And there we go with these two. Oh, these are really cool. So good to finally see these with their wings spread out more. Very funny, very nice. And it's so good to see a Monstrous Nightmare in green instead of always the red. That's a cool look for it. Great head sculpt. A lot of these have a great balance between cartoon and realism, and surely are a lot of fun to play with. So that finally is the rest of the collection of the Dragons with Riders from How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World. So good to finally get these out. Still very readily found on store shelves. You can still easily find these over at Walmart. And in fact, I think for 2020, many of these are getting a refresh with a few extra features here and there. There are always so many dragon toys to collect. For more squirrelific antics, check out some weird things going on at TikTok, and of course, Instagram, and draw me a dragon squirrel on Pop Jam. Discord for discussion, that's what I have to say about that. How about this?